Hi guys, it's Elaine here, the Animal Reiki Lady. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. It is day 3 of our animal channel, so channeling the animals, and we're on to day 3, and it's not going exactly the way I planned or expected, but it really is coming out pretty cool. And so I can't wait to share with you today the 3 kitty cats who have come to join us. So the first thing that I want to tell you, first of all, is why I do this and where I get some of these questions from and how some of this has bubbled up. People come to me for mainly 3 reasons. When their animal crosses, they come to me specifically for, I can think of 3 reasons in particular, and I think it all boils down to one. And the kitty cats have come today to help answer one of those questions for you. The first one is to ease grief and guilt. People come to me asking me to either help them connect with their animal companion, for which I do this beautiful little guided visualization, this little guided journey that helps a person connect with their animal who has crossed. You can come to me like I'm going to share these messages now, but it's really you who your animal wants to connect with. You are the soulmate of your animal, and they have a very special message for you. So people come to me because they are feeling an overwhelming sense of grief and guilt, and they are looking to ease that grief or let go of that guilt. The second reason that people come to me is that they want to know that their pet has crossed safely and that their pet is still has an existence beyond their little physical body. So that's the second reason that people come to me for this. And the third reason is people really are seeking a peek behind the curtain. People are looking for proof of life after death, and not just the life of their loved ones. This happens with people who cross, and for me, of course, I'm specifically focused on animals and animals who cross. The people who are left behind want to know that there is hope for them, that there is life after death specifically for them. They don't ever come out and say that, but that's what it comes down to. We all want that sneak peek behind the curtain. And for so many of us, I know how this also came about for me. I set the intention to be able to connect with animals who cross over. Because I want to know what that feels like. I want to be able to make that connection. And I know so many of you want to be able to make that connection too. Okay, so the first thing, so I have 3 cats that came with me today. So this is why I say that it's not working out exactly as I planned, because my plan is to, and this will evolve as time goes on. This is only day 3. My plan is to be able to sit quietly here in this space live with you. I don't ever do this like a pre-recorded thing. I always go right with what's in my heart and whatever messages the animals share with me. So what I'm going to ask you guys to do, first of all, is to subscribe to the channel and to also click the little bell notification. Click the little thumbs up if you like the video. It just helps get the message out there, and it helps the channel grow. So I appreciate you whenever you do that. And if you put comments below, that helps even more. And I'm going to specifically ask for comments because I need you. If you would like me to be able to connect with your animal live right here on this channel, I'm happy to do so. It will be just like a little mini session. And all you need to do is in the comments below, and it can be this video or any video. I go back and check my videos all the time for comments. Put a little comment that has the name of your animal companion, the type of animal companion you have. So is it a dog, a cat, a horse, a snake, whoever your animal companion happens to be. You don't have to give me too many details. You don't have to tell me when they crossed. But if you would just like me to be able to connect with them, that way there's a little bit more validation, which is what people are seeking. Today, I specifically asked for specifics, and I got specifics. And that's what I want to share. So as I do these, as you post your animal companions below, I will do a video for them, and I will do my little, I call it a meditation. It's really just a way to open my mind. Now, I do all kinds of things. I practice meditation every single day. There are certain breathing exercises that I do to help keep my channel open, to help keep my connection open. I set an intention, and I believe in my intention, and I create this connection with the animals who have crossed. And so what I'll do every day when I do one of these videos, I take 3 deep breaths, and I've already done this for today because I have to see how this is going to work. And I did not have any, like yesterday I had Snoopy. I didn't have anybody who reached out to me with a specific animal companion, although I'm sure if I go back in the comments, I can find somebody. So what I do is take 3 deep breaths. I breathe in on a count of 4. I hold it for a little bit, let all my little cells buzz with that beautiful oxygen, and then I exhale for a count of 6. So I exhale longer than I inhale, and it's conscious breathing, it's conscious awareness. I set the intention to be able to connect, and I imagine that everything is aligned, that my core, my heart, we call this in the Japanese system of Reiki, we call our core our hara, or hara. Our hara, my heart, and my head. I make sure that everything is aligned. If I happen to have anything on my mind, anything going on in my life, I imagine I place it in a little bag. I just pop it in a bag and I set my worries aside just for the length of the time that I want to make this connection. I can always go back and get those worries any old time I want. But I take those 3 deep breaths, I set the intention to connect, and I ask the question, what is it you would like me to know? Or sometimes I say, what is it I need to know? What do you want to show me? What do you want to tell me? I just leave an open-ended question like that. So today, right before I went live, I did my 3 little, because I wasn't sure who was going to come in and who was going to connect. So I take my nice 3 deep breaths, and with no particular animal in mind, I asked them to join me, and I got 3 kitty cats. I can actually feel the 3 kitty cats sitting right here, so anxious to share what they have to share. And right away, so all I did was I said, what our goal is to be able to show everybody that this is real, that there is an existence after we leave our physical body. And the best way to show and let somebody know and prove to them, it's justification, it's verification, it's proof of life after death, is to give them some kind of specific information. So we can go general, and I've got lots of stuff. So things come to me, I call them downloads. I get these divine downloads, and I have books and books of this writing, this kind of like automatic writing thing. And I just start writing whatever they share with me. So there's plenty of things that I can share that renew my faith, that renew my hope, that restore my faith, that tell me, that teach me that this is real, and that our animals are there for us even after they cross. But today I asked the 3 little kitty cats to share with me something specific for their human. So I will reach out to their human companions. These are 3 cats who I have either sat with as they crossed or who have connected with me immediately after crossing. So in one case, it's a kitty cat who I shared Reiki with during life, and then came to me immediately as they crossed. And one who I had never shared Reiki with, who I only knew after they crossed. So it's really kind of cool. So I'm going to share with you these 3 kitty cats. And then for the future, you guys just put a little comment below. Let me know your pet's name, what type of animal companion they are. If there's anything specific that you want to know, or if you just want to know something from them to show that they have an existence after they've crossed. All right, so the one thing about cats, I want to share this in general, and this comes from every single cat that I work with. Cats are so far advanced. Cats are so amazing, and they have got, they've pretty much got this life down. They don't stress one little bit about life, about how their life goes. They don't stress about any of it. They just don't stress about it. And they would like us to do the same. I have some stories of cats that I've shared before, and I'll probably share it again. A cat who has come back to life in my arms. It was the most beautiful experience that I can remember, when this little kitty cat literally came back to life in my arms. Not anything that I did. This was not, other than open my heart full of love. I did nothing else. But that's a story for another day. Cats will often, when it is their time to cross, they will do things that are upsetting to their human companions. They will run away. They run away. They just run away because for them, their transition is private. Their transition is one, unlike dogs who enjoy sharing the transition. Dogs welcome being in your lap, being held, looking at you as they cross. Dogs welcome that. Kitty cats, for them, it's a very private experience, and they will frequently run away. which just leaves their human companions in a state of complete devastation. So kitty cats, if I can share a message with you, this is a tough pill for us human beings to swallow. So when you run away, it's hard for us. The second thing is they will often go someplace quiet. So you may find them in a closet, behind a curtain, under a bed, under the house. They may go someplace to hide for their transition. That also is distressing to us. We want to be able to comfort them. And all I can share with you is my experience with all of the animals that I've shared Reiki with, that you don't have to be in their presence in order to offer them comfort. You can offer them comfort and peace and solace and help their transition be a smooth one. And you don't have to be in the same room with them in order for that to happen. So kitty cats, they handle transition. They handle, this word is so hard for us to say, even for me, death. They handle leaving their physical body in a much different way than other animals do. So that's one thing. If you are looking for that kind of comfort, if your cat ran away, if your cat hid, if your cat completely freaked out, so when you take them to the vet, they may completely lose their mind. And that's all part of the process for them because it's not natural for them. And they have a much different idea about the way this works. So I did want to share that. So the 3 kitty cats that came to me right away, popped right into my mind. I forgot. See, okay, this is what I do, guys. I either scribble in a book, or I have dry erase boards, or I write on every glass surface in my house. My husband and I sold our home a few years ago and bought an RV and kind of tore it all over the place in our RV. I covered every window. I covered the refrigerator. I have dry erase markers. And my husband is so used to this now. As soon as the animals connect with me, I have to write it down. So I scribble it wherever I possibly can so that I don't forget. I don't want to forget, and I want to be able to share. So I have these little dry erase boards around the house, and that's what I scribbled this on. Jake. So my Jakey boy, Jake crossed last year at the end of 2020. He was one of my medical fosters. That's what I call them, my rehabs. He went through an amputation, and his human companion was not physically capable of helping him rehab. So he came and lived with me for 3 months while we helped him completely rehab from his surgery. And then he ended up crossing from kidney failure last year. He crossed in October of 2020, I think so. Anyway, what Jake had to tell me as I go into my meditation this morning is that people tend to believe animals more than they believe people. I found that so interesting. He thinks that when we share all this information, that people trust what the animals are saying from the other side more than they trust what people say from the other side. Take that however you will, but I thought that was kind of cool. All right, so the 3 kitty cats, we're getting to the point. The 3 kitty cats who came to me today in the meditation are Buddy, Kitty, and Humphrey. So Buddy is a cat that I worked with in life who then crossed, and on the day of his crossing, I was not actually physically there, but I was able to connect with him as he crossed. And then Kitty was one of the very first cats I ever shared a Reiki session with in person. So I sat on a sofa and just opened a Reiki space and let this kitty cat do whatever he pleased, and that was really cool. And then Humphrey is the kitty cat who I did not meet until after death. So Humphrey had already crossed several years before I was introduced to him. What I did with each 3, as I sensed each 3 in my presence, I asked for something specific that I could share with their human companion that would be meaningful to the human companion. So some of these things I know a little, one of the things I know a little bit about, the other thing I don't. So Buddy. So for Buddy's human, this is what Buddy wants you to know. Buddy was such a character. If I can tell you, Buddy had an amazing sense of humor. More than anything else, he could crack you up. And Buddy says for his human, he hid something behind a curtain. It's a curtain where you never look, and it's still there. So you should go around the house and look behind the curtains. He hid something for you. He hid something. He didn't say for you. He hid something behind a curtain where you never look, and it is still there. So when I reach out to you, I'm not gonna use names unless you guys give me permission. When I reach out to you to share this video, I have to know. Please share with me what it was, what you found that Buddy hid behind a curtain. Then we have Kitty Kitty. I asked for something very specific, and here's what Kitty Kitty had to say. Kitty Kitty misses the Hallmark Channel. Kitty Kitty loved watching all those corny movies on the Hallmark Channel. That's specifically what he shared with me. And he comes back and sits on the back of the sofa and watches the Hallmark movies with you. So what I would like to know is if you sense Kitty Kitty there with you watching the Hallmark Channel. So Kitty Kitty's mama, when I reach out to you, I must know this. He misses the Hallmark Channel, and I would love to know if you have any kind of sense that he's there with you watching those corny romances on the Hallmark Channel. And then the last kitty who shared something specific with me, and then they all gave me something general. Two things that I got from them. But Humphrey. So Humphrey is the kitty cat that I was not introduced to until after he had crossed. And Humphrey says, this is a little bit more emotional than I expected. Humphrey says he had to show you it was okay to leave. Ooh, really, really emotional. I know you know what that means. Humphrey says, I had to show you it was okay to leave. And then he also says, remember the fish, because he comes back to you all the time. Humphrey, there's this thing that happens. Animals are very capable of this. I haven't gone down the road for humans yet, but I know that animals are very capable of this. They are very capable of using a surrogate. So from the other side, it's like they give each other permission to see through each other's eyes. And Humphrey comes back to you all the time. And that's where remember the fish comes from. I know what that means. I know what that means. And I know that you know what that means. Remember the fish. And he says, very recently, there was one other instance that I don't know about that you know about. There is another instance of an animal that you looked into the animal's eyes, and it was Humphrey looking back at you. So please share with me which animal that was. Humphrey says you'll know. Humphrey says you will know the other animal that he has most recently come back and visited you through. Okay, so those are the three specifics. The best way that I can ask you guys to validate this stuff is if you would put a comment below. So please, for the 3 human companions, I'll reach out to each of you and ask you to watch this video and put a little comment below. Please let me know. Confirm that those things are, I'd love to know what's hiding behind the curtain with Buddy. I would love to know if you feel Kitty Kitty on the back of the sofa watching the Hallmark Channel with you. And I would love to know what animal Humphrey has used as a surrogate to come and connect with you. And then they gave me 2 messages, and this comes from them as the cats. The first one is take more naps. I'm not the least bit surprised about that. Cats believe that we, and rightly so, that we do not rest enough, that we take everything way too seriously, and we need to give ourselves a break, and that comes through napping. And napping, by the way, is a great time to connect with your animal on the other side. They love to come to us right as we are drifting off, and not so much during the middle of the night sleep, but that hazy sleep, that nap time sleep, when you're not sound asleep but you're not wide awake, that place where your conscious mind is on hold and your subconscious mind is kind of floating out there. That's where they like to connect with us. And then the other thing that they had to say was stop worrying, that we worry too much too. In fact, the specific words were never worry. Never worry. Easier said than done. All right, so that wraps up things for today. I hope you guys will help me grow this fun little animal channel. Put your comments below, subscribe to the channel, click the little bell, click the little thumbs up. If you like the video, I would appreciate it, and I would love to just be able to share more and more of this. And last but not least, if you would like to be the subject, if you would like your animal companion who has crossed to be the subject of one of these little videos, just pop their name, or if you are uncomfortable with that, some people are, send me a message. You can email me. I'm gonna maybe have to reactivate an old email address so that I can let you guys be able to email me. ElaineDoesReiki@gmail.com. That's an older one. I'll put it in the comments below too. Send me an email. I can do it that way if you don't want to publicly say, please connect with my snake or please connect with my horse. But that's how we are going to continue this, and this is how we are going to be able to validate for each other that our animal companions are there for us and that there is nothing for us to fear. If I can tell you one thing, the most beautiful thing that has come from all of my connections with animals is that I no longer fear death. I no longer fear passing. It's gone. Like I can't even fake it. It's gone. They have helped me completely believe that we have an amazing times ahead of us after we are done with our little physical bodies. All right, guys, have an amazing morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. May the animals light your way. Take care. Bye.